Harry, did you see the latest South Park episode?
I did, yeah. It was clearly a dig at M.
Yeah, this one definitely was. Gotta give you that one.
But I liked it.
What?
And I love Matt, and I love Trey.
Now I'm confused.
Look, I've said for some time this is emotional blackmail. It's actually very cruel because Charles himself doesn't claim to be the perfect father, but actually, when you read Spare and when you look closely at the situation, he did a pretty good job in almost impossible situations. He, of course, was very accepting when Meghan ditched her own family and asked him at the last minute to walk her down the aisle at her wedding, yet they want to cause him ultimate stress before the biggest day of his life. I mean, I could never imagine treating my father in that way. I think it really does say something about their character, Angela.
Yes, it does, absolutely. There's no such thing as a perfect parent anyway, father or mother. You know, we're all vulnerable humans. And Harry is a vulnerable human. He accepts that about himself, but not for his father or anybody else who he wants to say rude things about. They've got to do absolutely what he feels right. And I think he still thinks he's running the whole show. He knows better than anybody else. He says he can fix the royal family because it's so outdated. Nobody would like to come near the royal family, frankly. But I think his cruelty to his father knows no bounds, actually. And if he comes out with another book with another 400 pages of moaning and secrets of his invading his privacy, I think it just is too shocking for words. I would like them to say you can't come because of the way you've been.
That's the thing. I think Charles needed to be stronger on this, Angela.
The whole Harry and Meghan thing, I just want to just vomit.
Yeah.
Just get your finger out of your backside, mate, you know, and stop. Just be appreciative. I mean, honestly.
I did start off having an element of sympathy for them, but
why does he have to keep just harping on about the negative? There's some positives too.
Yeah.
The power that he could have had to really, really make a significant change in the world. And what they're doing now, I mean, I think Prince Charles, I think Kate and Will, I think they're amazing because that's really what they're trying to do. And they're not hypocrites. I think you practice what you preach, otherwise you're going to lose your following, mate. You'll lose it.
No, it's been said that Prince Harry, the former royal known as Prince Harry, I might point out, is not that bright, you know, and really was shielded from a lot growing up by his mother, the late Princess Diana. But as we've seen really over the last few days, in particular the last couple of years, it's really rising to the fore, isn't it? And it's not for me to comment. But when you think about it, if you're going to come up with sort of outlandish claims and plots and, lines of theory, then you truly do have to back it up. But more importantly, not trip yourself up. Now, seemingly once again, the former royal known as Prince Harry has well and truly gone and dropped his beloved wife, Meghan Markle, truly in it. As ever, Let me explain. Morning, Neil Sean here in the very heart of London, and obviously now we all know that certain aspects of the book that allegedly we're all waiting to spend our hard-earned cash on has now been dropped. And it's strange, isn't it? I love those phrases, dropped. Can't be secretly given, exposed, given to someone to give a review for, particularly the soft side of media, you know what I'm saying? But again, you know, when you find these stories that are coming out, and if I was Penguin Random House, I'd think, is this the best you truly can come up with, you know? The fact that your brother lost his temper with you in your home, threw you to the ground by the dog bowl. It's like a scene out of Scooby-Doo. It's quite amusing, really. And of course, a lot of, snowflakes are saying, oh, yes, it's mental health, it's abuse, it's attack. No, it's simply siblings having a heated argument over someone who allegedly been rather cruel to their staff members. That's the background to this story. But as ever, it's what Harry reveals inadvertently that actually gives away the game of how these particular stories simply don't hold credibility. Now, we've seen this over a number of occasions with his own mental health chats, with his own documentaries with Oprah Winfrey, and then, of course, the docuseries with Netflix. But it's this particular line, you see, during that extract from the book, Harry basically claims that, you know, they had this heated argument over the way apparently he and Meghan were being abusive to certain staff members, or indeed the way that they were treating them. It all resulted, as I say, in said argument, and the necklace split into the floor. It's like a scene out of a Joan Crawford film, isn't it? But then Harry tripped up, and as ever, let me explain. It's one simple line, you see, because what you have to be careful of is exactly how you expose yourself. What Harry did was said, and quote, and this is in his own words, remember, that the first person he went to speak to was none other than his therapist. Now, this is the therapist that Meghan Markle didn't have access to while living in Nottingham Cottage. The one that, you know, even though she reached out to the institution, they said, no, it would be bad, you know, we can't have you talking to anybody. So slap bang, there is your obvious lie. The bottom line is, of course, Harry was under therapy and had been for many years, you know, prior to even meeting Meghan Markle. And as ever, we have to say allegedly, but this comes from an impeccable royal source. So once again, they decided to shape their narrative. But inadvertently, once again, Prince Harry has basically outlawed, outlined, and out-exposed his lying wife, Meghan Markle, about whether she, of course, was offered any line of mental health support.
Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this. We're deep diving revenge, so be sure to check back for those videos. Those are my most fun things that I record. I love it so much. I'm really enjoying the deep dive. Check out my merch. I now have Hank and Skank stuff up. I'll put the link in the comments, and check out my Patreon, patreon.com/Real Housewives Recaps. I'm about to start doing extra Harry and Meghan stuff content over there, so check that out. Thanks so much for watching. I'll talk to you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.